Hi, I'm Haley and welcome to my channel, The Cozy Craft Zone. Today we're going to be doing two different Halloween crafts. The first is going to be this adorable pumpkin that's all glittery on the inside. It shines like a star out at night. You'll see later in the video. Then this really cool Eeek sign that is obviously covered in a lot of glitter. I think I have a thing for glitter. So go ahead and let's get crafting.
So today we are going to be making this really awesome pumpkin. This was actually inspired by a craft by Heidi Sombel. She is like, I feel like the queen of this whole genre, and I watch her videos kind of obsessively. But she had been taking a plastic pumpkin and making it look like a galvanized steel pumpkin from a really high-end store, and hers turned out awesome. I really liked it, but as I was coming up with this idea, I suddenly saw some glitter and it completely changed the direction that this project was going to go. So I'm just using an X-Acto knife here. It's a set that I got from Harbor Freight Tools for about $4, which was awesome. It's a really good price for these fantastic knives. The one mistake that I did make and that I rectify here in just a second is that I was using the smaller detailed knife instead of the large knife that was going to cut easier for the large section. So I finally did fix that. Now you have to spray paint this. You go outside, make sure you're in a well aired out area, and there's something so satisfying about spray painting something. It's like you see it go from one color to another, and it's so satisfying. You get to see me struggle here for a second, trying to get that over on the side. Now, one thing about spray painting things that are round like this with an opening, you have to be careful to get all of the inside pieces, including the upper lip. So now we're gonna Modge Podge the inside and do this in small sections, because if you Modge Podge the entire thing, the Modge Podge will not stick to the glitter as well as if you just do these small little sections. Now I am shaking it around a little bit to try to get that fine glitter out. I'm using extra fine glitter for this because I have found that the fine glitter, or sand glitter as it's called sometimes, is a really great way to get that star quality when you are using it on crafts. And as I'm watching this, I do see that I have a little bit of green hanging out on the back end of that. And here is the finished product. This part I love because it does just shine, and that jack-o'-lantern face is just hanging out in the air. So this next project that we're doing is the Eeek. So I'm just using the Apple Barrel brand of paint. All of my paints for this project are the Apple Barrel brand. Now here I had to kind of write out the lines, like draw out the lines for where the E really connected, because I wanted each of the letters to be its own separate theme. Now we're just painting the individual letters, and I didn't realize how many edges an E could have, or any letters actually, when they're in 3D, because there are so many edges. I didn't realize that when I started painting this. So Halloween this year is definitely going to be different because of COVID-19. My kids are going as the Hulk, a Transformer, I believe Optimus Prime, and my oldest son is going as a pirate. Pretty traditional, which is really nice. drop me a comment on what you're doing for Halloween this year, because this year is definitely different. Our family is going to a trunk or treat and doing like very, very short round the neighborhood trick-or-treating later that night for Halloween. Now this part was a little bit tricky because I was having to get in and I was trying so hard not to get the paint on the other letters. And I made the mistake of not letting it dry in between. So I was dealing with wet paint in the different colors and I was trying so hard to keep them. And oop, there's a part that did not stay where it was supposed to. Thankfully, while it is wet, it's really easy to fix. So I just would run my finger along wherever the mistake was and get the paint off. This year for Halloween, I have decided I am going to go as a little dolly with the big old rounded cheeks, and I'm trying to decide what kind of dolly I want to be. It's a kind of a cop-out Halloween costume, but you know what it's like when you're a parent and you're working full-time. You don't have time to go find yourself a costume. That wasn't always that way. When my husband and I first got married, we went all out for Halloween making latex masks and doing homemade costumes that were full-on cosplay. I guess you could say we are nerds. So the glitter is a section of this that was a little bit difficult for me to figure out. As you can see, I'm trying to fix a little bit of that uppercase E because I realized that the glitter wasn't going on the way I wanted to. You can see as I'm doing the orange E, I finally figured it out. The trick to it was leave the glitter alone once it was down on the Modge Podge. So if you do this project or you're working with any type of fine glitter, just leave the glitter alone once it's on the glue. If you need to make an adjustment, wait until it is completely dried, and then you can add a little bit more glue and fix it that way. And just like with the glitter in the Modge Podge in the pumpkin, this one I'm going to suggest that you do in small sections as well. So once you're done, you're going to want to let it dry overnight, and here's the finished product. I absolutely love how this catches the light, and it's going to be so much fun when I have my candles out for Halloween. If you liked these two projects, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. We're going to be starting on Christmas next week, and you are not going to want to miss out on what I've been able to find that you can do quick and inexpensive. Thanks so much, you guys, and we'll catch you next week.